What's up, everybody? I hope everybody can hear us good, and thank y'all for being here. I'm gonna give Harsh a few minutes to get in here. It's 12 o'clock midnight his time.
Yeah.
7 p.m. our time. So I'm gonna send him a message, just make sure he's coming.
And before, I'm gonna go ahead and address it. My nose, I have been sick like the last few days, and I haven't been able to breathe out of my nose at all, have I?
No.
And so I've been using my Afrin, and so now my nose is running. And it had not been doing that until literally right now.
That's right. People get allowed to get sick.
Not on YouTube, mate.
No. How's everybody
Thank
doing?
you.
Everybody said they like your hair.
Thank you. So it looks kind of orange and kind of coppery on here. It's actually like a rose gold color, but I'm working my way up. I might dye it pink, like real pink.
Yeah, I think he'll be here in just a minute. Anyway, yeah, so we're going to have Harsh Reality tonight. He's going to be our guest. We've been planning this for a couple weeks.
Oh, thank you, Music City Mom.
And finally got the chance to make it happen. So we'll wait for him to come in here and see who else is in here. Hey, Patty Ponytail. There he is right there.
An update, just for everybody. We got our computer.
Chance to make it happen. So what's up, brother? Come in here.
We haven't actually set the computer up yet, but we got it, and we're so excited.
Yeah.
So, I need to scooch.
No, you're good. I can fix that.
Well, I mean, that's okay, but...
You good?
How are we?
Doing pretty good, man. How are you? I think we got some echo.
Some echo.
Yeah.
Let me just get rid of this. How's that?
Hello? Yeah, it's
Hello?
still pretty... Still echo.
Mm-hmm.
You got anything else open?
Just trying to find out what we got. Let me shut this down. Get a shot of that.
Can you hear it? Yeah.
Is that
Well,
better?
still echoing a little bit.
I don't have any this end.
Was it echoing before, guys, in the chat? I should have everything in order from last time. Got that camera working. Mic. Let's see here.
Turn that down.
Check. Here it might be. Let me see if I can fix it on my side. That sounds... I don't know why it does that every time it echoes like that.
I don't know.
God knows.
What we'll do to fix it, we'll just mute and then mute out on each other. You want to try that?
I haven't got any this end. Is it? What's chat sound? Is the chat sound as echo?
It says it sounds like my side. Let me make sure.
But it should be outside.
Let me try it again. I knew something stupid was going to happen.
How's my volume? I'm sending myself deaf.
They're saying that he's really low.
Hello?
That's weird, because I can be good on their side.
There.
How are we doing?
Something's trying to squeal on that.
Is my volume still low? Because it's quite high this end.
The tile on your side.
And I've got no echo either.
Yeah, that's good. It's got to be on my side. Let me see if I can fix it. Hold on. Did that fix it?
Hello.
Can you hear?
That is well high.
They said Harsh's is real low and ours is echoing. Let me hold on a second. I'm gonna fix it. Hold on.
At least you don't have to listen to like half an hour saying hello to everyone. You just get to watch us for an hour try and get things to work. Hello, hello.
All right.
Is that low?
It's an echo a little bit, but that's better than nothing.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. My gain is so high.
Yeah.
Who can? So what's going on in chat? What's going on with the sound? Because I've got some people saying they can hear perfectly, some people saying they can't hear.
Yeah, try to go back out and come back in and see if that fixes it.
Let's have a look. See you in a second.
All right. All right. Is it still echoing on our side? Everything sound good? Because it should be good over here.
Yeah, and it wasn't echoing before he came up, so I don't know.
See, everything stopped. So they're saying that I don't know. Like that's the best I know that we can do. Maybe if he comes back in, maybe.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be fixed.
He said no, we're good on our side. All right, cool. There he is. We'll try this one more time. Hopefully this works.
Oh no.
It's already started. How did we fix it last time?
I don't know.
There's something.
Something when you've got a guest in.
Yeah, like it said it wasn't echoing. It was perfect when you went out, and then now it's echoing again. So this what we'll do. We'll just do it like this. See, does that work now? See, it's not echoing now when I muted him.
Right.
So what I'll do is after I say something, then I'll just mute out back and forth. If that works your way.
What about? Let me just mute this mic a second, and you just see whether you're still
Okay.
muting. That was still echoing.
All right.
Yeah.
Still echoing even when he's muted. That's weird, man. Is it echoing now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
And now they're saying they can't hear him. Oh no.
Here, set that phone over there. Mine. We'll get it fixed, guys. Sorry about this.
How about now?
Yeah. Good. Perfect. Perfect. What was that? That was weird. Can you hear?
Turn your mic back on so I can hear you.
Oh.
You can't hear me at all?
I can't hear you.
I don't know.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Hello?
Everybody's saying stay patient. Can y'all hear me out there? If you can hear me, put a 1 in the chat. If you can't.
Something's gone wrong here, I think.
Yeah, now they can't hear him.
Yeah, they can't hear you at all.
Well, he can't hear us.
And he can't hear us either. Yeah, they can hear us.
Yeah, I'm saying he can't hear us, and they can't hear him.
Hello?
I can hear you.
I can't
Can you hear?
you for some reason.
That is so freaking weird, man. Every time we've tried this, we've had some issues. It's crazy.
Hello?
Good? Can you hear me?
You still on mute?
No, they can hear us in the chat. Freaking weird, man. Every time we've tried this, there it goes. We've had some issues. It's crazy.
Have you got an echo now?
Good? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yeah, it's got a lag behind it. It's got a lag behind it, I think. Here, I can try to turn. I'm gonna turn hard stuff.
See, I can turn my gain up.
Here, I can try to turn. I'm gonna turn hard stuff.
So let me just turn this back down. And turn this.
Can you hear me now?
I'm gonna hear you now. You talk again?
Yeah, can you hear us now? You can't hear us at
I
all?
can't hear you.
I wonder if he has to have something open in the background or something.
Do you
the way
have-
that it's lagging?
Yeah. Hold on. Type. Back chat.
Strange.
Do you have anything open in the back chat? Or like anything open in the background?
See, I've got my gain up that high. That's deafening me when I talk. And I've got people saying that's too quiet.
They say they can hear us and not you. That's insane. I don't understand. It says, have you two tried dropping out, rebooting, and restarting stream?
Like, I ain't even got your sound. I can't even hear you.
So what I'll do is I'm going to go out and I'll reboot. Okay. Hold on. I'm going to do this.
I've got nothing open in the back. Nothing at all.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
I
All right.
can't even hear you, mate.
All right.
You carry on. I'll come out and I'm going to come back in. I'm going to reboot everything and then
Got-
I'll come back.
Gonzo said if... Turn me up just a minute. All right. If he can hear me right now, Gonzo just called. He said if his phone is turned on and he's trying to see the chat through his phone, that sometimes it'll give him problems that way. That's who just called. Let me send him a message real quick.
What's going on
What's happening?
with Jody Sue?
What's happening with her? Something went down with J.C. Brown Child that was serious, or her channel was down. We changed subject matter because of it. Praying, wow. So check this out. Like, since y'all can all hear us right now,
Thank you so much, Tanya Ann.
I saw that just now.
Oh, thank you.
A lot is happening with Jody Sue. Police were there. They said, holy crap. I don't know what's going on with there. Thank you, Gonzo. If Harsh can hear this right now, what Gonzo said is sometimes if he has his phone up, if he's trying to watch it through his phone, it'll give him reverb real bad through that. So, because I know he runs everything through his phone, don't he?
I think.
We'll give him a chance to see if he can come back in here and see how that works. She said, wasn't she threatening to burn down the computer? What in the world?
Her channel's up.
Her channel is up.
Mm-hmm.
The Angel Talks Too Fast says that Jody Sue Brown situation is apparently being handled. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm going to have to look into that. That's crazy, guys. I hate to see a tragedy pimps exposed. Says we weren't given details, but they were not safe, I guess. Last 30 to 40 minutes of TM stream. Listen to Jenny. Okay. Yeah, I'll check that out.
Being handled by family.
She was on 20 hours straight, little Bear said.
Yeah, she was.
Who
I told
Jody
you
Sue
that.
was?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
She started like, I don't, was it last night? Yesterday evening, I guess, and it went until like 10 o'clock this morning or something.
So every time we take a break like that,
We miss everything.
I miss everything. But I'm glad. Hopefully he comes back in and let me mute this for 1 second. Let me send him a message.
Wrong thing.
Wrong. Sorry about that, LeBrier. Right now, while we're looking into it, if you email me right now privately, I'll be able to see it. Let us do this live stream with him, and when he comes back in, we'll do that. Then I'll open up the panel and we'll talk about this stuff that's happening with her. This is crazy, huh? You're on a mission right now.
What was that? Oh,
Yeah, Harsh said he's rebooting everything right now, so we're gonna get to it. What we were gonna talk about tonight is he's been covering some stuff with the with Summer's case, with Michael Vaughn's case, and we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about what happened with Michael Vaughn's babysitter when all that happened with that interview. We're gonna get some insight into all that. We really appreciate him coming on because I know it's late where he is at. It's midnight where he's at. So this is rough that we always have issues like this. I hate it. Miss PJ, you are not blocked. I can see you. Hello, come on, Harsh, and need my beauty sleep. Harsh is coming. Hey, Miss PJ. Hey, so let me see what LeBrier said. Yeah, so we're going to talk about the Jolissa case. Fuentes. That case is that's crazy. I know Adventures with Purpose has just been there. They ran sonar on two of the biggest bodies of water. I talked to Amanda Vita earlier. She said, and they found nothing. Well, they found something, but it had nothing to do with her case. They said law enforcement had dredged both bodies of water, but they had came up with nothing. So if you're covering that case, just pray for that family too. I think they're handling it as a criminal case now.
Yes, that was the last thing that I read.
Cat lovers. Yeah, he'll be back in just a second. Gonzo, if you want the link real quick, maybe you can help me explain that to me about what might be going on if he's using his phone. It's weird because it was fine there.
Well, no, it was okay before he got on. As soon as he got on, then it was like just us. You couldn't barely hear him.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But it sounded like he had turned down.
There he is.
Try this again.
Let's try this again. Fingers crossed. Yo. Hear me? Can you hear me?
See, I can't hear you now.
So.
I can't hear you at all. Can I hear you now?
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Little bit. Can you hear me?
Why can I not hear you? I can't hear you.
See, that's strange, man. He's let's see here. Gonzo said, "Are you doing this from your phone?"
For some reason, I still can't hear you. Hello?
Yo. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
You can hear us now, but we can also hear us.
Yeah, it's a stupid echo.
I don't understand.
Gonzo said, "Are you running this from your phone?"
Yeah, I'm using the camera on my phone, yeah.
he said if you got your phone going or if you're trying to see the chat, it'll reverb you real bad.
Just trying to think how I can pull out of it.
Because I remember you said you used your iPhone for everything, which has got a great picture. Oh,
For some reason, I think it's to do with the volume.
send you the link on your
Yeah,
phone.
to see if I can figure out.
Let me just try and have this up.
Which he's got headphones.
Yeah, he's got his.
And I do too.
That might help right there. Can you hear? Send who a link?
You can't. Have you still got echo your end?
No.
A little bit, but not
A little
bad.
bit, but not bad. This will work. Perfect.
I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. That I guess that's gonna have to work. Is it lagging?
Yeah, he's hearing that.
No, I think we're good. I think we're good.
I think it's lagging just a little bit on our side or somebody's side, but it'll be all right. I think we can make this work.
Now they can't hear him at all.
They said barely on Harsh's volume. They can't hear you. Harsh is very quiet.
What's going on now? Can you hear me now? But I'm just worried that you're going to pick up the other screen now.
No. Does he sound better now? Let's see what everybody says. It's kind of got a lag in my chat. Let's see.
Hello, can you hear that? Have to straighten it here.
Yeah, they can hear.
What we're going to have to do is we're going to have to kill this, and I'll and I'll do another one, but not use the phone. We'll have to reschedule because I've got a laptop as well. But
Okay. Do you want me to send you a link to something else, or do you just want to reschedule?
because this will just let me go and see if I can get the laptop set up. Give me 5 minutes.
Okay.
5 minutes.
All right. Yeah, that works. Okay, guys, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna kill time till we can get him fixed up. I think he has the link and he has his laptop. If we set up through that, I think it'll work perfect. Anyway, so I think we can fix this. I don't understand why we've had issues like that every time.
I'm thinking. So I don't know. That's why I was going to get you to send me the link because I was going to see if I opened it from my phone, what it did. But
yeah, he'll get it. He'll get it fixed up right now. Anyway, so what I want to talk to him about is he did a video earlier about the barrels up on the property. I want to talk about that up on the Wells property. I want to talk about, you know. Okay, Harsh said, I have an Apple Mac too, so no drama. Okay, cool. We'll wait for you, man. We know this will work out. Yeah, this has been, yeah, she said, Real Sunflower said everybody's having issues tonight. His YouTube shouldn't be running in the back. Yeah, Alex Goff, that's that's why he's got that. I think he was trying to run his camera from his phone. He can probably do all that on his end with, when he does his videos and stuff, but on a live stream, it does make things a lot different. Anyway, so, I wanted to pull up some stuff on that while we're waiting. I want to show a video for y'all. Somebody said, please don't spread misinformation about
that.
Please do not
we don't know what's going on there. We're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, not until we know more about that.
Even I'm in the process of finding out, but we're not going to talk about it for the time being because apparently it's pretty serious from what people in chat were saying. So I would rather just not talk about it. You know what I mean?
Till we know.
Well, just until a later date.
Later day, exactly.
Just out of respect.
But I want to play this video that Amanda Vita put out last night. I think that this will be good. She put out a video about, is it this one right here?
Which one?
This one that she put out about last night.
That's about Gabby.
And this one.
And that one, yeah.
This is the one I wanted to play. So let me get this going. We'll watch this real quick.
The crew was out here.
And start this over. So check this out real quick while we're waiting.
Well, the crew was out here for hours, but ultimately
they did not find Jolissa Fuentes. I did check in with the sheriff's office, and they tell me that they also searched Pine Flat earlier this week, but they came up empty-handed as well.
We cleared this entire area, 2 boats, and our sonar equipment.
Adventures with Purpose resumed the search for Jolissa Fuentes at Pine Flat on Friday. The volunteer divers spent hours looking for any sign of the 22-year-old woman after her cell phone pinged in this general area.
She is known to sometimes frequent this area, the Pine Flat Avocado Lake area.
Adventures with Purpose searched Avocado Lake on Thursday too, but they didn't find anything there or at Pine Flat.
We took most of the day, better part of the day there. We met with the family yesterday morning to get some information from them to help us with our investigation.
The sheriff's office searched Pine Flat and Avocado Lake earlier this week too. They didn't find anything either.
People can tell you that, it's been cleared, and this isn't a knock on anybody. It's just that until we physically go in and look at it for ourselves, you never know what the people previous to you looked at.
The group has solved 23 cold cases. Most recently, they found Kylie Rodney from Placer County at a reservoir after law enforcement had cleared that area.
It's nice to give back to the community, something that we've learned, and it's actually really rewarding.
The family contacted the YouTubers after seeing their track record.
They have been so awesome and compassionate. They have the same goal as our family, not to find her out there, but they said, this will give us assurance 100%.
For now, they continue holding on to their faith.
That's all we have.
Yes. Yep.
That's all we have is faith. What else can we do?
We know that she's out there. We know she's alive. We know that, she's going to come home soon.
Again, the search for Jolissa Fuentes is now in its 3rd week. If you know anything about the missing woman, please contact police. Reporting from Pine Flat, Natalie Vera, back to you.
So I wanted to play that because that's important. And it does have a lot to do with Summer's case, because if you know anything of what we've been talking about, exactly like the diver said there from Adventures with Purpose, they don't like to take anybody else's word for it till they go in and check it. They have solved how many cold cases? 28?
24, I think. Either way, well, they found 24 people.
Yeah.
I think is what it is.
And we already know that, Hawkins County Sheriff's Office turned them away. Why? That's a problem. Go ahead.
Once again, we've gotten many comments about, they won't take cases unless it involves a car. That's not true. That's not true. They usually they do cases that involve a car, but
23. Go ahead.
Well, there was 23, and then I think Kylie made 24 is what I read.
Okay.
But anyway, sorry, I got distracted now. Thank you. They prefer not to take cases without a car involved, but they will take cases if there's not a car involved. They did talk to Hawkins County, and they were willing to come out here.
They wanted to. They wanted to come out here and they were shut down.
They were told no.
I've showed those emails, and I mean, I can show them again. You know, if Jared from Adventures with Purpose says that law enforcement told them that Summer was not in the water. That was in November.
Yeah.
That's unheard of. And we double checked those emails just to make sure that they were legit. How can you say that this child is not in the water? And people are like, oh well, they couldn't find it. This, you know, it being over a year right now, that they couldn't locate, even if it was from, you know, God forbid, remains, you know, from that long ago. They can find things as small as a ring at the bottom of a lake. That it's insane. I don't understand why they would say she's not in the water as of step. That's a very huge statement to make.
Huge claim.
And people are saying, well, they know more, or they knew. If we listen to all their press conferences, they did not. It's funny that they said that they didn't need their services, but yet they had their own divers out there. Why not have the extra, go the extra mile and let Adventures with Purpose that have such a, you know, pristine record come in and double check it? It makes no sense. Yeah, Harsh will be back in here in just a minute. He just now texted me and said he was looking for his power cable.
No.
What?
Just that's our luck too.
That's how it goes.
We finally start getting something set up, then when you don't have something, and
Somebody, Wake and Bake 420 said maybe too many people have ponds on their properties, and then people refuse the searches to search on their properties. From what I understand, even at the end of Light Hollow Road, that property out there, those bodies of water, you know, we were able to get Nita Diver to go out there and search those. Those had not been searched.
yeah.
They had found a barrel in one of them, and, you know, pulled it up. He said the mud was so, it was
He
like,
said it was like quicksand.
yeah, like it Jason from Nita Diver said it almost pulled him under. That's the problem. How we can get, now we got to get them back involved in Summer's case somehow. But how do you do
And
that?
Honestly, a lot of, just speaking on that, a lot of people who own property there are very willing to let searchers come in and look. Very willing. So.
Right, but after EquiSearch is out there, they still are hitting the same areas. Law enforcement was still going out into the same areas that were where the footprints were, Fields Road area. And we've showed you, if y'all aren't from, you know, don't remember about Fields Road, what property, and I'm not trying to be insensitive right now, but Polly Bernard, her property is right diagonal where they're walking towards. It does not make sense. Let's see, are they volunteer? Who? Saying that to Adventures with Purpose is a red flag to me. Also to me too, Judy. Hold on a second. I'm curious about a massive petition to submit to Ellie. That would be great. But will they listen to it? Like, they've turned down everything. Now we're in this mess with, you know, with the reward fund for Summer's case, that you see how every single thing that is meant to help Summer's case has been shot down, or there's been problems with it, or something's been twisted, or somebody's trying to do something nefarious. It's ridiculous. And, you know, we saw this in November of 2021 on the emails, and it's just ridiculous. Here, let me see. Stephanie Wall is saying a red flag with what law enforcement is telling Adventures with Purpose.
Yes.
That's what they're meaning. Yeah, we're going to pull up a map right now, and I'm going to... Yeah, right here too, Natasha. I'll pull up a map here in just a second. But Natasha said Nita Diver did everything volunteer until the public came after him, which made him stop. True.
True.
Very true. And people, that's what we were going to talk to Harsh about too, because Nita Diver even ran cameras down the septic
System at the Wells house.
at the Wells property.
And they were not the first to do that.
Yeah. They're literally talking about a 4-inch pipe that they ran cameras down in.
At that point, we know that law enforcement had also allegedly done that. Allegedly. There's not been any proof of anything. But from what I remember, there was at least 2 groups of law enforcement that did that before Nita Diver did.
Yeah.
At least.
Well, you had the feds out there.
Mm-hmm.
You had the card team out there. You have TBI. You have Hawkins County Sheriff's Office. You have all the search and rescue people that were volunteering. It's hard to tell on that 13-day search maybe what wasn't crossed off the list.
Yeah, they said they would come.
Here, I'm going to pull up I'll pull up these emails.
Law enforcement allegedly told them that there was no need for them to come because they had information saying that Summer was not in the water.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just a huge claim to make, especially with the amount of water.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What?
Show this.
Unseen true crime.
Mm-hmm. And that was basically the thing. So when Nita Diver, we've talked about this a lot too. Nita Diver, they reached out to every law enforcement agency that was in that immediate area, talking about Hawkins County, Sullivan County, TBI, Greene County. Who are the other ones? Washington County.
Washington County.
And they actually reached out to the feds as well. Every single one of those counties said, yeah, that's great. Come search on private property as long as, private property owners are okay with that. Hawkins County, however, said, yeah, that's fine. You can come and do it, but we didn't ask for you to.
Yeah.
But the property owners, as long as the property owners were okay with it, then they could search wherever that they wanted to. So, and I don't think any property owners that we know of ever turned them down.
None that I can recall. Hold on, we're close to the emails.
You have to find a better way to have that.
I had them saved up for the other day, but when I have everything switched over to that new computer, it'll be a lot better.
I just don't understand.
This is the kind of technology too that was being used.
Yes.
Should I show that?
I would. I mean, that's a different type, but we also got comments about people saying, oh, well, I don't think Adventures with Purpose has the technology to be able to find things as small as a child's bones. I hate to even say that, but I know, and I don't know what kind of technology that Adventures with Purpose has, but I do know what kind of technology that Nita Diver had, and they were just 2 guys from the middle of Tennessee, well, the East Tennessee. They had technology that they were able to see things as tiny as a dime.
Yeah,
so
a ring, a dime,
yeah.
Anything at the bottom.
If you go to Nita Diver's Facebook page, I know we shared that back whenever they were on our channel. We follow them on there, and you are able to see some of the things that they have found. They found a lot of watches, a lot of cell phones. They found rings, earrings, all kinds of things.
That right there is drone technology that was being used from First to Deploy. Some of his drone technology, you can see where people had turned around in the grass. The technology was amazing that was brought out there, and people were trying to help with. But I don't know. Hold on, I'm gonna find this I'm right close to this email. There's Tegan. Very close. There they are. Okay. So this is Harsh is going to have to reschedule, he said. Hold on a second, guys.
So we'll reschedule with him. He's gonna get back in chat though, he said. So
Yeah,
I hate that.
I hate that too. He it's okay, buddy. He said, LeBrewer said, look at our email. So right here is here's the emails. This is the first one that was, and Gonzo's in here to be able to verify this too. And that's what we were wanting to talk to Harsh about. Hopefully he can answer from being in the chat too. That's what we were that's what we're talking about right now. But this is one of the first ones that were sent out. And so we double checked it. It says, thank you for reaching out. Nicole, I guess, was the person who first reached out to Jared from Adventures with Purpose. He says, we certainly appreciate your support. While we wish AWP could help all those in need of answers, when a loved one is missing, Jared has inside information from law enforcement that Summer is not in the water. This, unfortunately, is something AWP it said would be able to assist with. Is not something AWP would be able to assist
with.
So these are the people that reached back out just to fact check them. And it goes back here. But it says, hello, Jared. I'm not sure if you remember me, but I have spoken to you a couple times about Suzanne Morphew. Been working with Gonzo on the Summer Wells case, and this was forwarded our way last night. It's being said that this was your response to this gal when she asked if you would consider going to Tennessee to search for Summer. We were wondering if you did actually send this or if someone is faking your emails. Knowing what we know about you, we find this to be a bit suspicious and seemingly out of character for you and your team. You can call me or Gonzo at any time. Thank you for your time and for all you do to bring people home. And this is what was said back. He said, well, he said, as for working the Summer Wells case, we have information close to the case that Summer is not in the water and that a water search is not best use of resources at this time. Thanks, Jared. And it says, no worries at all. We like dealing with the truth. I am surprised that they would just say that like that. However, it certainly makes a person wonder how they can be so sure when she has not been found. And he just said back, you're welcome. Wish I had better news for you at this time.
Okie dokie 7, that's exactly what I thought.
Did
you hear?
What?
If you have no idea where someone is, how can you say that they're not in the water? And especially Summer, we do know that Summer was a child that loved to be out in the water and loved to swim. And even if she wandered off, you would think that they would want,
the last places she was videoed was in the water.
Right. Except for the TikTok video. But we know that day she had been in water.
What date was it that TBI finally came out and talked about? Yeah, Wake and Bake 420. He said, wow, that's BS.
Came out and talked about what?
Yeah, that would work. Let's get Harsh on the phone line. Do you want to do that, Harsh? I think that'll work better. Let's do it like that.
Because I don't want to talk about those, like with the barrels and that situation.
Yeah. Prepare said check the email.
I did.
You did?
Mm-hmm. We'll have to talk to him about that.
Yeah, we'll talk to you about that here in just a minute. What is going on here?
Because if it could go wrong, it will go wrong.
Yeah, that's right. Here, we'll just do this. Let me turn the phone lines on for you. All right. Here's the number, Harsh, and you can call in. I think this way will work. Did he say he could do that?
He said he can try.
Okay. Here's the number going around across the bottom, buddy. I think that'll work. That'll probably be our best bet right now. Make sure this is going to turn on. Everything's going to work. Let's see if that'll work. Should be a free Google number for you, buddy.
Sorry, I was looking at something. I'll tell you about later. Yes. Right now, the number's for Harsh only. Sorry, guys.
But we'll open it up for everybody as soon as
Yeah.
as soon as we get this done. Now, we're going to make this happen one way or another.
Oops.
Let's see what he says. See if you can keep up with it. If he answers back. Yeah, and if y'all don't care to share Amanda Avita's link, please, in the chat, because that was her video that I played. I'd appreciate it. Yeah, okay, everything's set up, so that should be working.
Do you think that he... It says system is busy.
Is that what it says? Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Hold on a second. Somebody else try and call it. See if it'll work. You want to try it?
Yeah.
Call it from your phone.
What's the number?
Right there, going across the bottom. 202
I can't.
455 4437. Yeah, yours is ringing. All right, Harsh. Now it should go through, buddy. If you try it now. It says I'm sorry. This is
Maybe that time was because I was calling.
Yeah, now try it. We're gonna make this thing work.
I don't understand.
Golly.
Maybe it's just not meant to be tonight.
Maybe. This should work regardless, though.
Well, I need a country code.
It's a Google number. Try put a 1 in front of it. 1-202-455. Try that.
I can't believe it.
Does he need a country club or code?
It's 1, ain't it?
It should be a 1.
I don't know. I've never called out of the country.
Yeah, everybody said yes, he needs to use a 1. What? Ouch.
You hurt my knee when you do that.
Yeah, it's gonna work. Don't worry. What did he say? He said it's ringing on my end. LOL.
Oh, what in the world?
I can call. Here, let's do it this way. We'll do it this way.
Hello.
Hey, does that work now? Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay, good. I think that'll work out good now. Can y'all hear him? All right. Well, if I'll hold my cell phone up here the whole time, we'll just do it this way. See, we'll find a way.
The most unorthodox live ever.
Ever.
Caveman live.
Yeah. It's all right, though. We'll make it happen. What I wanted to talk to you about, I know you, Allie was just talking about it with, you did the video about the barrels and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I was going to get your input on that. So I'll say what we know. Do you want to talk about what?
Well, let's kind of recap what he said.
I just see this video that was up there, and they were just talking about the fact that when they were due to search the Wells's property, apparently they were told from Hawkins County not to search the barrels that were on the property.
Well,
now I can only imagine that the reason that they gave behind it was that the barrels were for human waste, and they didn't want to be searching barrels where there was potential human waste. But then you think to yourself, well, hold on, you would have really had to have been searching the systems round there anyway.
Right.
What's the difference?
Well,
who was it that said that though? Like,
do you know what? Yeah, I said, who was it that said that?
Oh, that was a video that I saw. That was some bearded dude who, I don't know who he was. Let me see if I've got the information on there.
Well, we can put in a little input into that.
From what we were told.
From what? Yeah, you go.
What were you told then?
So we were told that all of that had been searched. We have been told that the only barrels that I know about that were questionable were the ones that were in that shed.
In the basement.
In the basement of that gray shed.
We didn't even know about it till almost in...
We found out in February.
Well, we found out what was in it in February. Yeah. Candace had lied and said there was a base, said there wasn't one, said there was one.
And there was.
And there was a basement.
More like a cellar, basically.
And inside of it was like how many? 4 or 5?
There was 3.
3?
There was 3.
Big
barrels.
That held, it looked like liquid, like we would hold liquid, but it was, they said, for food storage, and they wouldn't let us film to look in there or anything. They said we couldn't film when we came up that time. That was our last time ever being on that property, which was that was February.
Yeah.
You'd think that would be the first thing that they would search, wouldn't you? Well, if anything, that would be one of the biggest points of interest on the property.
Right. And, that's, well, when we went down there, we had to be chaperoned, which was weird for the very first time.
We were also told after that, weren't we, that those were searched.
Yeah, but they said that...
Now, the reason...
Say it.
Nothing. No, I can't say it right now.
Why?
We'll have to talk to him about that situation because I think I know what he's talking about. You don't know, and I will tell you later. I'm not going to tell you right now. But
Okay.
we'll have to talk to him about that later.
All right. Well,
I hate to do that to y'all. I hate to do that, but we need to have a meeting of the minds real fast about that later.
well, when we went down to the basement door of that shed, first thing that was told to us was that the law enforcement had kicked the door open because they didn't have a key to it, and it was a food storage area for Dawn's mother because this was their words, quote unquote, said it was grandma that it followed us down there and watched every move we made. But she was like, she said this was a food storage because Dawn's mom was Mormon, and I was like, okay. I said, well, and Allie, her first words were that, she about, what'd you say?
I don't want to say it again.
She's like, I about shit myself when I opened the door.
I'm telling you, so, there had been so much talk about the red barrel, the for sale barrel, and then that door opens, and we hadn't ever seen that. And as soon as that door opens, there's these 3 huge barrels there. I was like, oh my gosh. But we were told after the fact that they were looked into.
Yeah, but
we don't know. I'm just saying what we were told. But
yeah, but it was weird that first time us ever being up there that we were told we couldn't film, that that somebody had to go with us everywhere we walked. They were catching attitudes with us about everything.
Yeah, it was different.
It was different. And now what they were talking about, I think what you're talking about with the burn barrel, is Dawn would have to burn their toilet paper and stuff because of the septic system.
Yeah.
So
how can we be this far down the track and not even know what has and what hasn't been searched?
Right.
True. I agree with you.
How can that even be a thing?
It makes no sense. What we do know is, on the first 13 days, what they said they searched, which we've heard that they had dogs that searched the vehicles, which were scent dogs and cadaver dogs. Then we have the property, the home was supposed to have been flipped, I thought 7 times. Candace comes back out and says 9 times. Mm-hmm. That law enforcement came and flipped the house over 9 times. And then we have, there's that first 13-day search, then there's another 2-day search in November, and then a 1-day search in March. And then whatever EquiSearch did on those days, on those certain places that they had recon done, I guess, for them by the private investigators. So it makes no sense. And then when Nita Diver got involved, which I wanted to give, I don't know if you've heard about that. Nita Diver ended up calling into one of our lives and got involved, and they were clearing some ponds and stuff that Adventures with Purpose, this was after Adventures with Purpose was told summer was not in the water, but yet ponds that were close to, not even a mile away from the Wells property had not even been searched yet. That's the problem.
How can you say, well, I saw someone say in chat, if you don't know where someone is, how can you say they're not somewhere else?
Exactly.
It just doesn't make any sense. And then we look at this Kylie Rodney case, you know what I mean? Well, law enforcement said that Kylie weren't in the water then, and look at what Adventures with Purpose found.
Yeah, told them it would be a waste of their time to go look in the area. And that was in the New York Times, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's insane.
It makes you think, you know what I mean? It just makes you wonder whether law enforcement are influenced so much by what's going on around them. Did they, like I feel Placer County did in the Kylie Rodney case, did they just write it off as an abduction too early?
Right.
and they weren't interested in looking. They didn't want to waste. They just saw it as a waste of time and just expected her to have been trafficked out the area.
Right. Right. And that's I think when you were having when you were trying to get your laptop, I played a video about Jolissa Fuentes with the Ventures with Purpose out there. And they even said in their statement on the news that, because they checked 2 waterways, said that they don't care what they've been told, that they're not going to take that word for it until they search it themselves. And I'm like, well, I wish they would have done that. Nothing against them, but I guess they can't really do anything about it. If law enforcement's telling them, we don't need your help, and which they told NEDA divers, the divers that helped volunteer, that checked the septic tank with it. They did check the well septic system with cameras. It was a 4-inch pipe. There's 4 different, or is it 3 different areas that have septic system up there?
3, right?
3, I believe.
1 on the bottom property, 1 beside the house, and then 1 farther away.
They checked the ones at the bottom, didn't they?
They checked, yes.
Or did they even get to go up the top?
I don't know. I know for a fact they checked the one at the bottom.
Yeah, that's all I can test for is the one at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they wouldn't admit to any different now anyway.
No. Well, they got ran off too, man. That NEDA diver, they back in December, they stepped away from the case because they were coming under so much crap for just trying to help.
From YouTube.
It's insane.
And then you've got the Michael Vaughan case, which is just as much of a circus as this one.
Right. Yeah, and that's what I was wanting to talk about. I think everybody, we had that misunderstanding because of, I think that, I don't know what was going on with that. I know I was being told something different. You were being told and so on, and saying that, and, Amanda Vita, she, the person I just played a video with, she came on another channel with me the other night, and she was talking about her. She had first had, an interview and was talking to Michael Vaughn's babysitter, and kind of the same thing happened. She was told her that she didn't say anything. There was a different, it was a different person, not her, that said it to Amanda Vita, and she was like, "No, it's not. You said this." It's just the same old stuff, and that's the main reason I wanted us to do this live, is to explain kind of a little bit into that.
Yeah, no worries.
And it's just crazy. It's just with these cases that it makes no sense. Why do people want to cause? Nobody wants to tell the truth. That's what doesn't make sense. It's out of the parents, to the neighbor, to the guy down the street. Everybody's story is different.
Yeah. It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. But as you know, I've now pulled. I'm not going to do any more videos on the Michael Vaughan case. Me and a friend of mine has now put PIs on the case.
Awesome, dude. That's awesome.
And that's what we're gonna. That's the route we're gonna take. I'm tired of arguing about it. I'm tired of these channels that are big supporters of Brandy just spreading rubbish, and I just don't have the time to deal with these people. And what makes you laugh is, even now, not once has Brandy or Tyler or anyone from the family actually reached out and said, well, we appreciate that we don't see eye to eye, but I know that you're trying to search for Michael. Do you know what I mean? Thank you for that.
Same thing with Summer's case. Same thing. Yeah, exact same thing happened. Not one time. Well, I think Dawn did one time. Said thank you. But it's...
Dawn would say thank you, but I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, it was only when it was weird, man. Nobody
else did.
People are not appreciative. I'm like, hey, that makes no sense. People are out here, not trying to put your business on YouTube, because for months and months we said nothing about anything, and we were out searching, like actually trying to help search, and not one time did these people say thank you. They were trying to get us to help build their house, build a new garage for Dawn. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
And I don't blame you. You're doing the right thing, though. You get a PI involved that is really, wanting to help, and I think you can't go wrong that way.
No, and especially how we're doing it as well, because it's not just one that we've got on it. We've put 4 on it, on different areas of the case. So,
dude, that's awesome.
To look at specific things, and we'll get answers one way or another. And like, this isn't about a witch hunt either. When I talk about the family, I talk about Brandy. I don't want them to be guilty. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would love to be wrong. A lot of the things that I say and what you likely say, and other true crime channels, it's not that you say things because you want them to be true.
Right.
You say them because that's what you're pointed towards.
Yeah.
But a lot of the time, you want to be wrong.
It's true.
But I would rather do whatever I can and as much as I can for the child and be wrong, but knowing that I did it for the right reasons, than to ignore a load of stuff because people get bent up out of the shape, or the parents' noses are pointing out of joint, and then I find out that they did something.
Yeah.
How could you live with that?
You can't, and that's like, and you would think that with law enforcement, with them going, I know that their budget is low, and people have said that, well, Hawkins County's budget's so low and all this. Well, you have the TBI behind it. Why are they, if you can't afford it, then why doesn't the state of Tennessee's agency take the lead on the investigation and throw everything they have into it? Because as of right now, that's, Hawkins County is the lead on the investigation, which I've not understood why. And then you have, just, I don't know what I'm trying to say with this, but you got the feds come in with my mind just went blank. The agency for the FBI, the card team.
Yeah.
When the card team comes in, and they, they're doing their thing, just because, I don't know, man. I just in my heart, I feel like out of a whole, how many months are we at now in Summer's case? 14 or 15 months. I don't know exactly. You would think that you would throw more than 3 searches into it.
We're at 14 and a half.
Yeah.
Well,
I just wanted to. Someone in chat, they just said that Michael Vaughn's parents have been cleared by cops, and I just want to point out they haven't been cleared.
No.
That when the press conference went ahead, JD Huff stated that the family were not being investigated at that time. Basically, they weren't of interest to them. And I think what you'll find is, I would say that press conference was pushed by the family.
Yeah.
And I think that they've probably gone to the police and said, look, we're copping a load of flack because you haven't cleared us and you're going to need to say something. And I think that was more of a clever play on words to say, look, they're not being focused on at this time. But at no point has JD Huff stated that the parents have been cleared.
It's the same.
There is very, very different things to physically come forward and say, look, we've completed our investigations and we have cleared the family. That has not been stated. All that law enforcement have said is that currently they are not, but they're not the focus of the investigation. Yeah, to be fair, the focus of the investigation will always be finding out what happened to Michael, the timeline, the information.
Yeah, exactly. And that's, the same thing. I hate to compare it, but it's the same thing that's going on over a Summers case. Like, why they've never cleared anybody. which I've always understood that they did polygraphs to clear people. That was a tool to be able to start clearing people, because the more people you clear and you can disregard, the closer you get to your suspects.
Yeah.
And Sheriff Lawson has never been clear about he's called people. He said there's no persons of interest, and then he says everybody's a person of interest. There's two different things between a person of interest and a suspect. Those are two totally different things, and I don't even think if they know that he knows the difference of them. It bothers me.
He uses them interchangeably.
Yeah, he uses whatever he thinks sounds good at that point in time.
And we got someone back, Patty. Rumour the family has been cleared. The presser wasn't called by the family. But again, without being argumentative, the family has not been cleared. That's not a hearsay. That's not a joke. They haven't been cleared. Go and watch the press conference and listen carefully to what JD Huff says. He does not state that the parents have been cleared in the investigation. He says they are not the focus. They're not, they're not who is being focused on at this time.
How long was the press conference? I'm going to pull it up real quick. Let's see.
I think it was quite long. I think it was around 20 minutes or so, wasn't it? Okay. They didn't talk about anything to do with what was in the last press conference either, which was quite bizarre. They're not saying that they're saying that the family are not people of interest at this time, but they don't talk about the vehicle still. Like, what you've got to think is this white Honda Pilot. How can it take them over a year to clear a car?
Exactly.
When they're saying that they think they know where the car comes from or whose car it is. Well, if you think you know who it is, how come it's taken you a year and you still haven't cleared it?
Yeah.
Do you know or don't you know?
Exactly. That's a good point. Do you know about what part that is into it? I'm gonna see if I can find it. I've got it pulled up right here. Let's see how far that is in.
The Idaho State Police, the FBI, Idaho law enforcement agencies, and law enforcement agencies across the country have investigated the disappearance of then 5-year-old Michael Vaughn. We haven't stopped. Every day we have unfinished business, and our investigation remains very, very active. We know that Michael Joseph Vaughn was last seen near his residence on Southwest 9th Street at approximately 6:30 p.m. on Tuesday, July 27th of 2021. Law enforcement received the first 911 call at approximately 7:21 p.m. and we issued an endangered missing person alert to the area and to area residents seeking the community to help be on the lookout. Information was sent to the law enforcement nationwide through the National Crime Information Center regarding Michael's disappearance, and he was entered into the State of Idaho Missing Persons Clearinghouse and National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. The Fruitland Police Department, Payette Police Department, Payette County Sheriff's Office, and over 100 law enforcement officers and from federal and state local agencies converged on our small town of Fruitland that night. Physical search efforts were conducted by experts from the Idaho Fish and Game, the Idaho Mountain Search and Rescue, National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, both Fruitland and Sand Hollow Fire Departments, and immense citizen help. Our search included over 3,000 acres of farm ground, 29 miles of riverbank along the Snake River, 250 residential homes, outbuildings, septic tanks, garbage cans, vehicles, irrigation ditches, and drain canals. We used fixed-wing aircraft, helicopters, sophisticated drones. We used boats, sonar, specialized canines, kayaks, and paragliders. We served over 30 search warrants, and we continue to review hundreds of hours of security and other data, and we've logged tens of thousands of hours and as we continue to work this case. Our department has processed over 1,200 leads, many of which we've been able to clear, many of which we are still working on. We've had a lot of law enforcement across the entire country and internationally help us chase down some of these leads. I'd like to note that after a year-long thorough investigation The family is not a focus of our investigation at this point. They are continuing to fully cooperate with us in all of our efforts from the investigation standpoint.
He's not saying they have
Today, as
been
members of this
cleared in
community-
the investigation.
Right. So yeah, right there, guys. You heard it. He says right now they are not a focus in the investigation at this point. Let me pull it.
So the way that I kind of think about that is similar to in Summer's case with how they're saying they kind of like leave abduction on the table, but they're not saying that it's been ruled out. Like they're not ruling out anything that could have happened. You see what I'm saying?
That's it.
It's
That's
the
it.
same
Like
kind of
when
concept.
JD Huff says at this time at the end, you know, they're not a focus of the investigation at this time.
Right.
Right, and you know it's funny like you just said with Summer's case. They were the family was totally cooperative till he said they weren't.
Right.
Which we saw that, you know, and you want to explain that about we talked about that the other night with Grandma's interview. People all thought that was a rebuttal to Sheriff Lawson's.
So the way that it played out on the news that night, Sheriff Lawson, he had come out and he had said, "Oh, the family's not cooperating." So then later that day, everybody saw Grandma's interview. So everybody was like, "Oh, look, it did exactly what they thought it was going to do. He did that just to try to get them to come out and talk, to get somebody to talk." And in all actuality, that interview was already scheduled to happen with Grandma before Sheriff Lawson ever said that about them not cooperating. Now, Ainsley already knew about that, obviously, because she had interviewed him. And so that's why she asked Grandma about it during the interview. So, but that did not happen as a result of him saying that.
Yeah, that interview was already pre-scheduled and everything before that even happened. And it was made to look like that.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't know. Like I said while we were watching that just now, like JD Huff does seem like to be a more calculated, like a very, I guess, smarter. I don't. I'm gonna say it. I guess he's just. I mean, he's more clever, better sheriff. Over his.
Let's not forget that. And again, Brandy Neal in her. I've got all of the audio of this, and she specifically named people within the law enforcement there and stated that if they were to take Tyler in, first of all, she said she'd burn the police station down, but then she said that she would physically go and speak to these officers' wives and have a conversation. So we know that Brandy has a relationship with some of these officers at this place.
Yeah.
You know, it's an uncomfortably close relationship with some of them. I'm not going to say too much about that. I think you've got some of that information because I think I gave some of it to you in what I gave you.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's more to that. There is more to that, and that's something that's going to be a focus my end from now on.
I haven't said anything about any of that because I didn't know if you wanted us to or not, so I haven't talked to him.
We haven't really talked much about the case, about Monkey's case in depth, really, since all that whole situation.
Yeah, so. It kind of turned me...
All I'll say to people, and you'll know this, you know, we have, like all of these other channels, and I've got respect for some of these other channels, the likes of Michelle After Dark, who blew a nut at one of her subscribers the other day because they had a comment about Brandy Neal. But I know full well that Michelle After Dark doesn't know what I know.
Yeah.
She hasn't got the research that I have on this. She hasn't put the manpower into that case that we have. And
I will say
that's a fact.
Yeah,
I don't know how anybody would have the amount of research that you have on that, just from what I've saw.
Yeah, you have a lot.
Y'all don't even know. Like he has a lot.
He does.
Very well organized and a lot. Just judging by what he sent to us.
And
So.
I think that, you know, with what happened with the babysitter too, and I know that might be an ally or whatnot, but she knows that y'all know a lot too, and I think she's wanting to keep you very close to at that
Yeah,
point.
like I haven't spoken to her ever since then, though. Do you know that? She's not come back to me. She's not said anything more since, like, I conversed with her over those couple of days that me and you had spoken about it.
Yeah.
But I haven't spoken to her again since. She's not approached me for any other reason.
That's weird. And what bothered me is when she blocked her friends list after we were going to dispute some things that was said. She immediately blocked her friends list, and I was like, well, that's the whole point. She was like, well, I want these questions, these pre-ordered questions. I'm like, well, that's not how we do
but
things.
She didn't even ask us for that.
No, well, she claims she did.
But she didn't.
Yeah. So
but anyway, that whole situation, all I will say on that, we were told beforehand that she more than likely
would back out.
So
it is what it is.
Yeah.
That's why I just I kind of stepped away from the whole thing anyway. I was like, look, it's too late to try to dig into something that's already that
train's already moving.
Yeah,
right.
That's true. Yeah, man, I appreciate you coming on. I know it's late where you're at.
Yeah, we're so sorry about all the issues, but
no, like I say, it's probably this end because I'm lazy and I use my phone at 99% of the time. I would imagine feedback from the phone. That's just so much easier to just do everything on the phones, even lives on my end. If I'm just doing a live myself, I can use the phone. It's just easier.
Dude, if I have a new computer sitting over here in the box that I haven't even opened yet because of laziness. So I've got to get to it.
Terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible. But I know what I am going to mention, which I want to just, before I go, it's 25 past 1. Ryan Upchurch.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on this situation with the Kylie Rodney case?
With Upchurch, I do believe that he has a reason to be upset. I think that he came into this. I mean, he was calling some stuff out. I believe that he is angry with the way that a lot of things with true crime community works, and he's seen a lot of bad sides of it, and not completely. I don't know, man. I don't know where to go with that. I haven't really. I
think this is the point what I want to make to people, and I think that what you're seeing is how the true crime niche is. And Ryan, as fantastic as he is at many, many things, he's a singer. The guy is a brilliant guy.
Yeah.
But he is too. How can I say? He's too sensitive and nice for this niche.
Yeah.
And you can't be that. You have to be thick-skinned for some elements of this niche.
Yeah.
And I think it's very easy when you start seeing the lack of care and the things what people will do to get in the limelight to run in a different direction with it. Like, I think that he had to start with some very, very good points. I think that he caught some people out that was potentially showing that there was creators who had fabricated guests and fabricated stories for their own personal gain.
Yeah.
But then I think that then started going a little bit too far, and you then lose a little bit of credibility with it.
Yeah.
But
I've been a fan of churches I was a fan of for years, and then there was, I think I saw some stuff that he had covered with Summer's case early on. I think he was ill-informed on some of it, and I was like, dude, let me just, I can fill you in on some stuff. I reached out, but I don't know. There's a lot that I don't think that he's got to hear about it. He completely washed his hands of that one. I watched some of the stuff with the Kylie case, and I don't know. I don't even know if we have enough to even put our 2 cents in on, do we?
No, we don't.
No. But Pete, this is a hard niche to be part of.
It's true.
It is.
It is, and we know.
And yes, you have to be thick-skinned.
Yeah, we learned the hard way.
100%. But there we go. It's not going to get any easier, and certainly in the upcoming weeks as we go into, towards Christmas, we've got Don coming out in the Summer Wells case. We've obviously got the reports coming out in the Kylie Rodney case. We've got Adventures with Purpose and their latest search and the debacle around that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things going to be floating around.
A lot, man, and I think that if we can get, we got to figure out a way. That's what I was wanting to get your input on early on. Was if I don't know of a way to get Adventures with Purpose back. Will they come back after law enforcement telling them that? Is there a way to get them back involved?
I think the issue is now is time. What we've got to, and I hate to say this, but this is the realism of it, and that is what we'd be looking for now is massively different to what we would have been looking for when they were very first spoken to.
Yeah.
Adventures with Purpose, even though they're very skilled at what they do, they specialise in predominantly vehicle recovery. Their equipment is, it works best when it's looking for a vehicle in water.
Yeah.
You think what we would be looking for if Summer had have come to harm a year ago or more, what would there be to find?
Right. And there's the whole barrel thing too, though. Like if people were like, if she was disposing a barrel, then you have
That's it. Yeah, I was literally about to say, the only thing you could hope was if that was the case, and perhaps she was in water in a barrel, then
yeah.
So you could argue, would it be worth speaking to them and pulling them? But I still think that they'd have to. I don't know. It's whether law enforcement would have to have a say in it.
That's what I think.
Yeah. I wonder if we could get them on some private properties if they would.
I don't know if they would come here.
Knowing law enforcement wasn't backing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Because they seem to like to have at least some cooperation with law enforcement.
That's right.
So
and that's why you'll never hear them rubbish law enforcement. They'll sometimes disagree with them, but they're very good in how they disagree with them. They'll never really badmouth law enforcement. You heard what they were like even with this Kylie Rodney case.
Yeah.
And that was flat out. If they'd have listened to law enforcement, we'd still be wondering where Kylie was now.
Yeah. It's true.
In fact, we'd have probably been in a situation where we believed that she had been trafficked.
Yeah, it's true.
That's what you've got to think. That is a stark reality. If they had have walked away, we would have been led to believe that whole place had been searched, law enforcement had searched it, Adventures with Purpose had searched it, she wasn't found, so now you've got a situation where, well, if she's not there, where is she then?
Yeah.
And she was there all along.
Right there, all along. And there you
have it. And that is the stark reality of what you can see happen when law enforcement are in charge of a case.
What do you think about the girl that went out went out there on that body of water on the kayak, 4 days in advance and all that? I think Upchurch did bring that up.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah, it doesn't look good on her.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't look good on her because she was there, and the fact that she removed it as well, that looks even sketchier when you're actually on there and then you're pulled up on it and then you remove the video. Do you know what I mean? If there's nothing nefarious about it and someone's just sounding off and you think, oh, she's just being an idiot, then why would you take the video down? Just leave the video up and be like, I was there, so what?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's great.
You know what I mean? I was there. What are you trying to say?
Yeah.
Because I was there, I did something. But, you know, then they start stuff off. It just looks odd. Just looks bizarre.
It does. And then 4 days, and then her going out there, and from what I saw of it, when Upchurch was talking about that, I was like, that's the bits and pieces I've caught. That's why I'm not going to say I'm not going to put my 2 cents in a lot. But with that was extremely strange to me. I was like, you're going out on that kayak, then you take your video down, and then, you know, then here comes Adventures with Purpose, and then they right where you're in the area that you're out with your old kayak at. I'm like, come on now.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
buddy,
Something's going to come out. There's more to this case than meet the eye, I think, and that's not about trying to, you know, cause some conspiracy. The whole thing just don't sit right with me. It just doesn't sit right. It's got a very, I don't know, Pretty Little Liars vibe to it.
Right.
You start reading and looking into it. It's like watching a bloody soap opera.
Yeah. It is. Man, I appreciate it a lot, dude. We'll do it again. So we're gonna get this stuff worked out. Yeah. Hopefully, we'll have.
Yeah, we'll get it sorted. But you'll have to put your foot down and actually open your new computer, and I'll have to actually get my computer set up.
Yeah, I'm working on that. What did I say, tomorrow?
Yes. Tomorrow.
Yes, I will have. I'm gonna work on that and get all this stuff. Hopefully,
I'll keep y'all updated.
Yeah.
I'm gonna message you every hour on the hour. Saying, have you opened it yet?
And I won't answer. No, it's just Allie said she'll keep me accountable.
You have to keep me accountable for a couple things too.
All right. I appreciate it, man.
No worries. You take care. Look after yourself.
You too, brother. See ya.
Speak yours soon.
All right, guys. Y'all go over.
I just thought about that.
Yeah, it is. Y'all go over, and if you haven't subscribe to Harsh Reality. Back to as far as what we're talking about, as far as Upchurch, I'm a fan. Been a fan of Upchurch for a long time. It's hard for me to waver from it. I like him a lot. I think he gets passionate about it, and I think he calls people out on their shit. I haven't followed enough of it to really give one way or another.
When we tell y'all we take days off and we don't touch nothing with YouTube, we mean that.
Yeah.
And so we've missed a lot in multiple things over the last few days.
We have. My arm is so tired from holding that phone.
Oh, I'd say so.
Right there. Okay, so what I wanted to do now is, if you want to, what's up, Mr. Positive? I will open up. What's wrong?
I'm hungry.
You're hungry? We'll open this up for a minute, and then we'll get off here. If you want to call in, and talk about what's on your mind. And we'll take a few calls, and then we'll wrap it up. We made it work one way or another. If we had to go back to the caveman style of me holding the phone, it worked.
It's okay.
Yeah, thank you, Rogan Gonzo, for being in here. We got to do that interview with him.
That we rescheduled
And never happened.
It's okay.
He said, you guys, Harsh Reality said, hey, you guys have a great rest of your evening. I'll make sure you can see my pretty face next time. Here's the number at the bottom. Call in if you want to. It's 202-455-4437.
Who is so mean?
LeBrer, I saw what you were talking about, and we need to talk about. I want to talk to you about some of that stuff. Ryan's latest video with receipts shows it wasn't what we thought. Let's see here. Is LeBrer still in here? Gonzo, take the link. Come up for a minute, man.
Or call
or something. We haven't got to talk to you in a while. Let's see who this is. It's Cam and Allie.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Are we live on air?
Yeah, we're live on. Who's this?
Hey, this is Level Headed.
Oh, okay. Hey, what's up, Level?
Hey, nothing. I just wanted to bring up one thing that was said earlier.
Okay.
That doesn't happen. That press conferences are not set up by parents; they're set up by police.
Right.
Just so you know.
Listen, that's why I stayed back out of the back. I'm letting the discussion go. That's, I have neither here nor there in that case right there. I backed out of it after the babysitter thing happened. See, from what he understands, I don't know if you've talked to Harsh. I don't know how anybody's relationships in this. Now, he said that obviously that there was threats or something towards the officer's wife. I don't know. I don't know if you want to weigh in on any of that. I don't know what the press conference.
No, I'm not gonna weigh in on any of that. It's all out there.
Right.
It's all. I don't know. There's a lot of movement going on right now, and I'd rather not.
Right.
Talk on it. So I just wanted to point that out. I was listening. I was catching up into the live, and I saw you did your call in thing. And one day we'll discuss the whole thing. And when that happens, I'll let you know.
All right, that sounds good, man. And like I said, I'm taking a seat on the sidelines on that case after everything that happened with that before. But I that's what we were originally talking about. This goes back to that. That's why we were having Harsh on to talk about what all happened. You were over on Angels the other day, so you know about that. So
yeah. I just wanted to make it clear that the families don't set up press conferences that are strictly done by police officers.
Right.
As you can tell, that was a police press conference. So
right.
I just wanted to clear that up so that people weren't misinformed.
Yeah, man.
So, all right.
All right, man.
You guys take care, okay?
You too, buddy. See ya.
All right, bye.
All right. I think what was trying to be said during that is that there was a lot of push of influence of doing a press conference. I get where there's high emotions on both sides. I know that Level Headed has high emotions on one side, and so does Harsh. They've done a lot of work in that case. So I kind of in the middle on that one. I don't know what's going on with that. That was Level Headed. If anybody else wants to call in, see, he says I'm on the move. I'll catch you both real soon. I'm in an interesting spot. We can chat offline. I'm down to come on the live anytime soon. Much love. Okay, cool. Sounds good, Gonza. there.
On everything. I'm not involved.
Yeah, I'm not involved in that. Have you guys looked in the Tatiana Luke case? There was a case that was sent to me, though, that I wanted to bring up right before. Hold on. Right here. Michelle Marie. It's a missing case right now. Let's see if you can see.
Click on that because what's the last name and where's that at?
So it says my daughter is missing. Her name is Jacen. My daughter is missing. Her name is Jacen. Jacen. She was last seen in Dallas, Georgia, on Buchanan Highway. She is only 15. She is 5'7" and 153 pounds. She was last seen wearing black sweats and black t-shirt. Please message if you've seen her. We have filed a police report and have checked her boyfriend and friends. We still have not made contact with her or gotten any leads. This is her. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Look, I don't know what's going on in chat. Y'all, look.
Gonzo, FaceTime video.
Hold on 1 second, guys. Yo.
What's up, dude?
Not much, man.
Still on there?
Yeah, I'm still on here. What are you into?
I was just stopping in to say hey.
Yeah, there you go. Say hi to everybody. It's good to see you, man. You been doing all right?
It's old school.
I know it. I should have gave you a link. You want me to send you a link?
Yeah, we can try it. I'll try it real quick.
All right, let me do that. I'll hang up real quick. I'll put it in the chat, or do you want me to send it to your text?
I just came on because I plead the fifth that I never come on, so.
Oh.
Boom, I'm here.
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna send it to you through text message, and we'll have you, and then you can come up.
Right on, man. Sounds good.
All right, brother. Yeah, awesome.
I love Gonzo.
I love Gonzo too, man. I haven't seen him in so long.
Well, we haven't seen him ever, but in
Yeah,
real life. But
how am I gonna do this now? Hold on. I'm gonna have to do it this way. Y'all bear with me real quick. It's Cam and Allie.
Hello?
Hey,
Hi.
how are you?
All right. Is this Cam?
This is Cam.
Great. I'm so glad you answer my call. I'm an older woman, and I don't know how to get on to be a team member of yours and all this, but I want you to look into something. I try to get a hold of Michelle. I try to get a hold of Harsh. I don't know how to do it. I don't know computers, but I do watch all of you guys. On TV, on YouTube, we saw a thing with Summer where the milk jugs were on either side of her. It's never, ever been back on except for that one time. We watched it from the very beginning, and this is why I wanted to tell you about it. Have you seen it by any chance?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. We have. I'll have to look into it though.
Okay. Well, there's a reason why they're not showing it, and I don't know what it is, but I thought you might want to check into it. She was sitting in the middle of the seat with either side of her having the milk jugs on it.
Okay. Yeah, I will.
Okay.
I will look into that for sure. Thank you for bringing it to our attention.
Oh, and thank you so much for answering, because I was afraid I'd never get a hold of anybody. Yes, we love you all.
Oh.
All of you guys are just great, and we're all standing behind you in ways that we can.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you, you guys. I love you both.
Love you too. Thank you. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, let me get this code. Do you have it?
No.
It was a 6-digit code that was sent through email just now. And
I was trying to find that girl's name
to send it so I can get Gonzo up here real quick.
So, guys, I don't know that girl's name. I just know her name is Jason from Dallas, Georgia. She's a pretty little girl.
She is. Hold on 1 second. That's why I didn't do it. Daggone.
Even on her mom's Facebook, she doesn't have her last name.
Okay, let me send this to him real quick, guys, and then we'll get this going. Invite a guest, copy the clipboard. Here we go.
He's in the chat. You probably could have just put it in the chat.
Well, I did it that way to his text, so it's easier for him to click on it. I make everything hard, as y'all know.
Yeah.
There you go, buddy. I sent it to you through text.
I just now saw him in there, and I was like, wow.
He's like, dude, you're taking forever. Thank you for calling. Do you not remember seeing a picture with the milk jugs different?
On either side of her? No.
Yeah. I remember seeing a different picture, but I don't remember if she's talking about where the one, if it's in the video or something. I'm not sure. I don't know. We'll have to look into it again. Every picture that I know of, you would know. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, probably.
We'll have to look. Let me see. We'll wait for him. He should be up here, right? Can I try and call in after? Yes, you can. Just let him come up here. Is Michelle in here? Hey, Michelle, thank you for being in here. Look. Is she in here? I cannot keep up with how many people are in here right now. Oh, look, that Georgia piece, she said, it's a monkey see, monkey do. When somebody does a call-in, sometimes it's easier to have a call-in like that than for people to be able to come up. So, yeah, I even said it early on when we did a Google number. I was like, look, I'll have a call-in number immediately, and I appreciate the person who has the idea.
He's like, well, we'll just do that.
Not working?
No, I think it's my service, though. I keep dipping in and out.
No, you're good, man. We'll do it this way. We'll do it old school like we just did Harshest.
There you go. That's awesome.
How you been, man?
Oh, pretty good. You guys?
We're doing good, man. He
It's
did.
his service.
Yeah, his service dipped in and out. Dang.
And yes, Michelle After Dark is in here.
Hey, Michelle, thank you for joining.
I made her a mod so that it doesn't have to wait.
Okay, good.
I didn't know Harsh wasn't either, so I made him one too.
Yeah, dude, look, people are all gonna have difference of opinions on this stuff. I don't know enough about Michael Vaughn case to weigh in on it. So that's the reason I took a step back from that one. Do you got my charger? Here, I've got one right here, I think. The phone's gonna freaking die.
Downhill from the
It's been a down. Yeah, but look, it's all right. We make it happen. There, it worked. All right. Let's try him again. We'll see if it'll work. All right, good. Can you hear me? You got bad service where you at? What have you been working on?
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, man. My service sucks.
No, you're good, bro. I understand you're always on the road. You're moving from place to place always.
Absolutely. Yeah, there we go. How are you guys been?
We've been good, man. Just bobbing and weaving.
I see that. I see that.
Yeah.
Keep above it. It's awesome. You guys are doing good things out there.
Thank you, man.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you, buddy. How have you been? What have you been working on?
Oh, man. Yeah, I've been kind of busy. Right now I'm doing a road trip across the country, 2 different directions. I'll be out east this week here for a couple days. Gonna shoot through Texas, and then I got a 4 or 5 day bike rally to hit We call it the Four Corners Run next week. That's Utah, Nevada, Colorado, and New Mexico.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I'm hitting a case right now, and I got a couple days out here, and then I'm heading that away. So staying busy.
That's awesome, dude. Have you heard anything? I know you were really deep in Suzanne Morphew case. If you heard anything new, have you found out anything?
Yeah, things are kind of buzzing right now. Barry's out. He's in Denver area right now. There's not a lot going on since they dropped the charges, but there is some things going on behind the scenes to kind of move that along. So, we're staying pretty tuned in and plugged into that case. I was looking into Kylie Rodney. I have not been back out to check on Michael Vaughn in a little while. I need to get back over there. That was pretty important to me.
Yeah, that one, you were right there for a lot of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that one, I need to get back out there. I got some things going on. Delphi's cracking right now. There's some things happening there. If people are following the Delphi case, that's a big one. We're still working on a missing woman in Missouri as well, Echo Lloyd. So
yeah, I forgot about that.
Going on. So,
do you want
to
go ahead, man?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely still digging into Summer's case, staying tuned and paying attention to what's going on there. I'm not sure what the news is with JSB, but I guess we'll stay tuned to that and keep it respectful, right? That's what we do.
That's right. And I was gonna get now that you're on the phone, because you had a big part in helping us to get those emails verified with Adventures with Purpose.
Sure.
What do you think about that, man? Because we've seen what AWP has been doing and how good they've been doing.
Yeah, they're good guys. I'm kind of more familiar with the old guard, the OG with AWP, Jared and Sam. But these other guys are brilliant. They're doing good things. I figured once they came out for Kylie's case, within 3 days they would have the car recovered. I've been watching. I'm seeing a lot of the hoopla going on, but I always said keep it simple, stupid mentality on that case. I mean, a lot of times these cases are a lot more simple than we want to make them.
Yeah.
As true crime content creators, people really just kind of want to make it elaborate and a little bit more wild than it actually is. We got to keep it simple, work with the facts like we do. So that's an example right there.
What would be your opinion? Like, I guess they wouldn't come back as long as law enforcement says what they said to them, will they?
No, I don't believe so. And kind of you touched on it earlier with the barrel. You got to have several different key points to hit to get those guys. You might get an offshoot of some AWP employees. You're probably not going to get the whole staff out there. They deal in deep water, big sonar capabilities.
Yeah.
We know how shallow the water is out there. I mean, yeah, some of the ponds and lakes are a little deep, but they're nothing like some of the
bodies of
water that these guys are dealing with. So we know that.
Dude, we've got South Holston Lake here too that I think would be, dude, it is humongous, and there's a town underneath it that they flooded to even make that lake, and there was a lot of questioning around it that I wish that if they could get back out there, which isn't even in Hawkins County jurisdiction. I've thought about reaching out to maybe other law enforcement and seeing if they would, I don't think it would hurt. That would be Sullivan County, wouldn't it?
Right, yeah.
So,
yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I've talked to EquiSearch and others, and you guys had Need a Diver for a while, and it's like, there's people willing to think. We just got to keep beating the streets and keep hammering on the phones, try to get the right people out there. If you can't get some of the big entities, we can at least get some guys to, they got to have their X, Y, and Z, lined out for them to, have an objective list. But yeah, I mean, I know there's people that are willing to jump in the water. I'm looking at trying to get them out into the Truman Reservoir on the Echo Lloyd case in Missouri, because that's where I feel like she is.
Right.
She went missing within 20 miles of that reservoir. So, I just I'm in the mind of keeping it simple and, getting the right people in the right places. And you guys are doing the right thing by pumping the awareness. And that's what we can do as crowdsourced platforms, we all just use our strengths to help plug forward on these cases. And,
Dude,
I applaud you guys.
I'm thinking about, but there's some things that I felt like were left unanswered with Summer's case and being able to, where it's in our backyard. And I'm thinking about as soon as we get some more time to get back out there and talking to some people, because, a lot of people, there was a lot of things, a lot of people did close down their land after a certain, they were letting people come in and search and do their thing. And then they, after they saw kind of which direction this case was going, they just was like, no more.
Shut it down. Yeah, they lock it up, and they don't talk anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely down to help you guys out. I haven't been out that way in a little while. I'll be in Nashville possibly this week a little bit.
Awesome.
So I'll be kind of close to you guys, but yeah, I'm with you, man. Just, it's been tough, but people are keeping the lights on for Summer, and Ace, and that's the important part.
That's right. Well, dude, listen, I'll let you. I know your service is shoddy. We'll talk after I get off there. I'll give you a call.
Yeah, man, I should be around. Sounds good.
Yeah,
I appreciate you guys.
Thanks for coming on, brother.
Yeah, man. Talk to you guys soon. Thanks, Allie.
Thank you.
Y'all be safe, man. Later.
Bye.
Y'all go over there and subscribe to him too, to Gonzo. He's amazing. We've had some good people come on tonight. We've had good conversation. Look, not everybody's eyes are, not everybody's going to see eye to eye on everything.
Right.
We understand that. People that have worked on cases, just like we don't see eye to eye with everybody in the Summer Wells case, it's going to be the same with every case as we go through this, right?
And like you said, everybody gets very emotionally attached to these cases.
Yeah.
So sometimes it can cause little conflicts here and there, but it happens.
Right. And for the biggest part, we just have to be adults about it. And we have to say, look, this is what I feel. This is the way I feel about it. And this is why. And then somebody else has to say, and well, they don't feel, if they were to say, hey, I don't feel that way. And, this is the way I feel about it. Then you agree to disagree. Right. Doesn't mean that we have to fight about it and be childish about it. Right. Anyway, LeBrier, if you're still in here, dude, I'm going to email you as soon as we get off here. Thank y'all for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. Yeah, varying theories can be extremely helpful. Always. Agree to disagree. Exactly. Anyway, everybody's telling you look so beautiful.
Thank you, guys.
Let's pray our way out and we'll get out of here. That's what we always do. And we're not changing that for anybody. Watch it count. We'll pray and we'll watch this drop. That's okay.
It's okay.
Thank y'all so much. Dear Lord, thank you for everything you do. We ask that you bring answers to each and every one of these cases. Let us be better human beings every day. Let us be able to adult to every situation and agree to disagree. Lord, we ask that you put a hedge of protection around these children, around these missing people, Lord, and let their families have a peace in their heart, knowing that there are people out there that will spread awareness and bring attention to their loved ones, even if the mainstream media will not. Lord, we ask that you bless each and every one of these people that have watched this live, touch their hearts, Lord, and just be there right where they need you, Heavenly Father. We pray these things in your mighty name. Amen.
Amen.
That's all I got tonight, guys, and I think that's all for you.
Yeah, I'm hungry. I've got to get children in the bed and find me something to eat.
Remember, at the end of the day, everybody wants justice.
But justice doesn't have to be carried out with hate. I about forgot it.
You about forgot I do it all the time. All right, guys, we'll catch you on the next one. Much love. Till next time, keep on cracking. God bless.
See ya.